Hey everybody, this is Bill Zany, Zany Man, one of three of great hosts of Top 5 A through Z, and the creator of the show. And I'd like to say a few things about Anchor. That's right, folks, Anchor is a great format to make podcasts. First of all, it's 100% free. You can't beat that. You never get charged a penny. When they say free, it really is free. There's great creation tools that let you record and edit your podcast right from your phone or PC. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on formats such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's really everything you need to make a podcast, and it's all in one place. You can't beat that. So, here is your mandatory call to action right here, folks. I need you to download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, get yourself started, and you could be cool like Zany Man.
Hey, my name is Thomas Blaseky. I've been tasked with coming up with my favorite F movie, and after a good while of thought, I decided on Freddy vs. Jason, which came out in the early 2000s. Um, it's one of those movies that really inspired me to get into horror, got me really obsessed with Robert Englund. That was his last appearance as Freddy. That was really, really neat. Plus, I was like 10 when the movie came out, and there were boobs, and that made me excited. So, you know, some things never change. It's a good movie, but you guys watch out for this Thomas Whiteside guy. He's the kind of guy that'll steal a Twinkie from your lunchbox, if you know what I mean. So watch out for him.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Top 5 A through Z. We are still on season 1 here, and we're going through our top 5 general movies, any category, and we have reached the letter F.
We're all going to get effed up in this one.
Yes, and that is Pete talking there. And I'm also with my other co-hosts here, Tom and Jason. And
What up?
And we have a guest today, and his name is Rob Branch. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you. It's great to have a face of radio.
Indeed.
Heck yes.
I've been told that before.
Yeah, I think we can get right into it today. And we'll start with you, Rob, with your number 5 pick, letter F.
All right, my number 5 pick's from back in 1986. It's about a kid who basically just told everybody to go fuck off, and did whatever he wanted. It was Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Weird.
All right.
Nice.
Classic.
Like it. Is that all you got?
All right.
I didn't know if you wanted me to go on,
Yeah.
Well, that one came out, 1986, you said? That was a comedy.
Yeah.
It was like a
1986.
comedy romance, and I didn't get the romance part, though, I guess.
Well, the romance was between him and that chick, and it was kind of like a threesome, so to speak, because the other guy wanted a chick too, And I'm pretty sure if
It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
yeah, I'm pretty sure if Ferris had a couple, glasses of champagne, he would have had the other guy as well. But I mean, whatever.
Whoa. What does that mean?
Use your imagination.
That's a classic, iconic movie too, because it's been made. It's been referenced a lot in TV shows and movies, and so yeah.
It was John Hughes.
Yeah, I'm the random. Yeah.
Directed by John Hughes. Like back in the 80s, man, John Hughes was huge, and he just knew how to make kids want the better life by showing that other kids had the better life. And he didn't give a fuck if his movies made sense. Like, for example, Ferris Bueller had like over 100, like if you go to imdb.com and you look up Ferris Bueller, it has like over 100 goofs. Just like things that are completely wrong with it. And half of it is just continuity errors. John Hughes is like, fuck it. They like it.
You want to know a true story about that movie?
True story, shit.
The day that happens in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
that's on my birthday.
No shit.
It happens on June 5th, 1986.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
So
Wasn't that Chicago?
it was the day that I
think,
turned 6 years old. Yep.
I think so.
Wow.
Wow.
Because they based it on the Cubs game that they went to.
Yeah.
And they looked up the date that Cubs game happened, and it happened on June 5th, 1986.
Wow.
Look at you spit knowledge.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Jason
proud of
and
that. I'm fucking proud of that shit, all right? I could be like, dude, Ferris Bueller's Day Off happens on my birthday. So I can watch that movie on my birthday and celebrate it.
Bueller.
What happened on your birthday, kids, huh? Nothing. Fucking Ferris Bueller happened on mine. Fuck all you.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah,
that's a good number.
that's
That's a good number 5.
Thank you.
And with my number 5, I guess I'm going to go sci-fi action for all the fans.
Ooh.
But before I get into it, I want to say, it's Women's Month, I believe. And I'm probably going to really screw this name up, but it's Kalpana Chawla or Kala. And she is an Indian American astronaut, the first Indian born woman in space. Did you guys know that?
I did not know that.
No, that's
No.
new to me.
What? Well, she flew on Space Shuttle Columbia in 1997.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know where that comes from. I just
You
had
just
to do it for the.
spitting
Yeah,
knowledge.
I think it's Women's Month, isn't it? Or
I think you're right.
the
Tom,
history,
every month is Women's Month, all right?
God bless. Anyway, back to Fifth Element is my number 5, sci-fi.
Oh,
Action.
damn.
1997, I believe, came out. You guys know it, right? I'm sure you've seen
Yep.
it. But Gary Oldman stars in it. Ruby Rod. Chris Tucker.
Yeah, Chris Tucker. Sorry.
You have Mila Jovovich and Bruce Willis in it. Yeah, I mean that's my number 5. It's the basic thing is they stop a great evil from destroying the world.
Very true.
And Mila Jovovich is the Fifth Element.
Yep.
Yeah. What was
Oh,
that
way
guy's
to
name?
ruin it. No.
Sorry.
Anyway, to wrap it up, the director was Luc. Am I saying it right, Jason? Luc Besson.
You
Besson?
said it perfectly. That was the
I'm pretty
perfect
good.
way to say it.
Pretty good. But yeah, number 5, Fifth Element.
Fun fact: they didn't stop the evil because Trump became president.
Yeah.
Wah,
Oh,
We're gonna make America.
And who's number
I'm
4?
Ross Perot.
I will pass. It's a Pete.
I'm Ross
Petey.
Perot. Yeah.
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 I want to say it's either Pete or Ross Perot next.
Let's get through it. Let's go.
I'm Ross Perot. I like this
Please.
movie.
I like the Fifth Element.
That's
All
a
right.
great classic movie.
Yeah, all my fans, everyone out
Alrighty.
there, watch it.
I could be wrong. I think that's only our second. Wait, our
Second person.
was talking. I don't know. Am I the only one that heard that?
I heard a robot.
I am Mr.
Probably
Robot.
my phone.
Oh,
Yeah, I told you about
It's
doing
probably
that
my
in the
phone
basement.
buzzing.
Don't do that in the basement by yourself.
no, I was gonna say. I
Well,
think,
we're gonna go to Freddy Krueger land in a minute.
It's
Never
in
stop dreaming. Did you
my
guys get
eye.
that? Never stop dreaming with Freddie.
yeah, that was funny.
That's his,
That was a
that's
funny
his
meme.
quote. Never stop dreaming.
No, I think I could be wrong, but
Welcome to my nightmare.
I think that's only our second sci-fi movie we've had so far.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. Third,
Yeah, that's an awesome movie, The Fifth Element.
we had Alien, and we had Demolition Man and Fifth Element.
Well,
It'll be okay.
I-
It'll be okay.
I'm looking forward to
We
more
can do
showing
it.
up in the future. So, Pete, tell us what's your number 5.
It sounds like
Freddy.
Okay.
Gag.
I like the Nightmare on Elm Street.
That is my number 5.
Oh, okay.
And
Which one?
you're like, that's Freddy's Dead, the fight. And it is where
Nice.
good old Freddy makes his good old mind, but before he meets a relative, if you haven't seen it, I spoiled one movie already. I'll try not to spoil it, but
Is it my connection?
Mike
It seems like
spoiled
Pete
it.
is breaking up a little bit. I don't know. Jason? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you need to,
Can you hear me now?
to go back towards your router a little bit.
yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Hello, can you hear me?
There you go.
There
you go.
Whatever you're doing now, keep doing that.
Yeah.
Keep flapping like a bird.
I
gotta get- I gotta go
somewhere. I gotta go.
Hopping on one leg.
I gotta go to bed.
I
gotta go somewhere. I gotta go. I gotta go to sleep.
I'm not gonna go there. Well, the kitties. Freddy's Dead is my number 5. It stars a friendly guy named Robert England as Mr. Freddy Krueger. And he is in town one night only. No, I was kidding. He figures out that he killed all the kids pretty much in Elm Street, and he has like one survivor left. And never really named the guy. He just goes by John Doe. So as the whole movie goes along, John Doe wakes up somewhere and stuff, everything, and he ends up going to the shelter. You know, he gets picked up and goes to the shelter and stuff and everything. And there he meets this doctor named Maggie, you know, and she wants to take him on a road trip, but she gets these 3 little, not little kids, but 3 teenage type, 20-something-year-old. One of them, before I even say anything else, happens to be a well-known actor. Can you guess who? Of the 3 kids that stole away into the little van.
Arnold
The
Schwarzenegger.
movie.
I don't remember who they are. I just remember her being at my spank.
William Zaney.
Scott Bale.
If you remember,
Scott Bale.
if you,
It very well could have been Scott Bale for all we know.
Charles in charge. No, Charles is not in
Well,
charge.
that was a
of
great.
this
That was a great
No,
number 5.
but Breckenmeyer. Do you know who?
Oh,
it is?
yeah.
Breckenmeyer?
Yeah,
Huh.
I remember seeing him
He
in
was
that. Now.
one of the
Yeah,
kids
yeah,
that
yeah.
were-
he was the one with daddy
Yeah,
issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is accurate. Yes.
And why his career is so
and
shitty.
so anyway,
All right.
people thinks he's after a while he thinks he's the son of Freddy, but it turns out to be somebody else. I'm not gonna say who. And as you story goes on, pretty much Freddy gets offed. Yeah, pretty much off, and he plays with a power glove.
Well done, babe.
Until
That's pretty
he comes
good.
back.
You know, there's another
later.
one, Pete. There's another one that's I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, they had a. Yeah.
I
Then
forgot
they
who
had,
won that one.
Oh,
tie.
if you just wait a second, I will tell you.
Not Soto. He lost that one.
Speaking of
Jason
getting
Soto.
off,
Soto.
It was in 3D too, by the way. Good 3D slasher flick, you know.
That was Jason
First one
Soto
was
versus Fred Savage, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Fuck your warrior.
I'm just here. I am here. I am here. Zany, are you gonna take over number 5?
No, it's actually me.
quick
Fine,
fact.
fine. You ain't gotta yell.
Speaking of getting off, was Maggie in anybody else's spank bank?
I gotta look up who that was. I can't remember who she was.
That was
Lisa
she.
Zane.
Yeah, she. Definitely one of my top 5 horror movie spank bank women.
Okay,
There's an episode for you, Jason.
I'm down. I'm down for that. I have no qualms over that. Okay, my number 5. Let's do my number 5, shall we?
All right.
So my number 5 is Frozen. Now wait. Wait. Everyone stop talking. It is not the Disney Frozen.
That is a good horror movie.
I am talking about the 2011, I believe, or maybe 12 horror movie directed by Adam Green that just happened to be called Frozen. And this came out before the Disney Frozen came out and ruined everything.
Yeah.
So this is about 3 super entitled people who are skiing at a ski lodge, and they're about to close up the ski lodge for a week. And so these 3 people are like, "Oh, let's just go up in the mountain one more time and ski down, and sneak on the ski lift." So they do, but then unbeknownst,
they didn't have to sneak. They were let on.
Well, that's true.
I've
But
actually been
they
wanting to see this movie.
still
You're
technically
doing great. You're
snuck.
doing great. You're
They
doing
still
great.
technically
Go ahead.
snuck on there because they weren't supposed to be on there. But
Okay.
then unbeknownst to anybody at the lodge, they closed up the place and turned all the power off, and then they all just went home. And they're not going to be back for a week. So now these 3 people are stuck like 500 feet in the air on a ski lift, and they have to try to survive. And they have to survive like the weather and wolves and all kinds of crap happening. And it's a really gruesome movie, and it makes me think twice about peeing myself when it's freezing outside. I don't recommend doing that if it's like below 0 outside. I just don't pee myself because terrible things are gonna happen.
It just turns into a yellow mist.
Not according to this movie. So that's my number 5. It's Adam Green's Frozen, not the damn Disney one, the actual fucking terrifying horror movie.
Do you want to be a snowman?
Wait till you
Adam
check out
Green's a
the
good
Halloween
actor, too,
special.
by the way.
Build or carve a pumpkin. Do you want to carve a pumpkin?
What about a pumpkin?
Great number 5 though, Jay.
Yeah, I'm guessing by you guys' comments,
I
you
have
all have seen
seen it.
this. You all have seen
I've
this.
seen
I have not, but I've heard
I
of it.
haven't yet.
I've only heard of it.
Okay,
pretty
I
decent.
do recommend it. It's actually a really decent, scary movie. It's not super long. It's like an hour and a half. It does what
If
it
they
needs
would
to
have just
do.
took their clothes off and built a little thing, they could have went right down, you know?
Pinched a tad. Yeah, I mean,
And it's one of those movies that makes you wonder, like, what would you
Rapunzel.
do? What would you do if you were in that situation?
Just build a little knot thing down.
Probably, I would probably just not even be in that situation because I can't fucking ski to save my life. So
You'd be all right. You could use your own clothes. You can get halfway down at least.
But anyway, I'm telling you, I'm just not going to pee myself when it's cold outside. That's
What
all
is
I'm
that
gonna
called,
say.
Pete? Or what is that when they, you tie things together and
That worked out pretty good in Dumb and Dumber.
Knot it up and you.
yeah,
Just go, man.
common sense, man. You could have been out there in like 10 minutes.
I would have taken one of the other people, thrown them off, and then used their body as like leverage.
trampoline?
Exactly, like when I fall, just like use their body.
Now that's a good idea. I wish they would have thought of
The
that.
one dude, man, he breaks his leg.
Why didn't they think of that? Damn.
Those poor wolves had to eat that guy.
All right, cool. Bill, I'm very curious. What's your number 5?
Well, it is time for a little deja vu here. My number 5 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
All right.
That man has classic taste. Damn it, Bill.
Me or Ferris?
You have classic taste, Bill.
Okay, cool. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wine
Yeah.
glasses tapping.
John Hughes, you can't go wrong. Mr. Rooney. Mr. Rooney, you are a jackass.
I do love that whole scene where they're calling him and they're doing that, and then they got to go pick him up. They got to go pick Sloan up, and
Yeah,
like
That's one of the best.
That whole part's hilarious. Yeah.
Do you have a kiss for daddy?
so that's how it is.
Uh-huh.
And then the Sausage King part is one
Oh,
of the
yes.
best too.
Yes. That's
Abe
classic.
Froman.
Yes. I sometimes do that too. People ask me who I am. I'm like, I'm Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
Oh shoot.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's it for that one.
Okay. Oh, it's Rob's number 4.
My number 4, son of a three-legged hamster. Well, my number 4 has already been talked about. It's The Fifth Element, 1997 movie.
Ooh.
Yeah. I really don't know what to say other than what has already been told, except that was the first time I saw Mila's tits, and I just fell in love.
I know one thing you can
Oh,
say.
that's excellent.
What's that?
Multi-pass.
Little Dallas Multipass.
Nice.
That actually has to be one of my all-time favorite movies. Fifth Element, Gary Oldman. I just you wanted to hate him so much, but he was just
Yes.
he was so
He's a
damn
bomb.
adorable.
Yes.
He's one of those fun villains.
He was like a very young Mr. Smithers. You're like, oh, you, gosh darn it.
Oakley dokily.
Gary Oldman in general is just like awesome in everything he's in.
You cannot hate Gary Oldman.
You cannot.
if you
Absolutely
do,
not.
If you do, you suffer from erectile dysfunction.
You heard it here first. All
Harry,
right.
if you can hear me, I salute you. Yeah, that's my number 4, The Fifth Element.
And you know what we forgot to mention a little bit? That one dude,
Oh, yes, of course. The one dude.
Tiny.
Oh, yeah, Mr. President.
Yeah,
Oh wow, yeah.
he was in Friday too. Devo, you got knocked the fuck out, Mike.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh yeah, that might be a reference for later. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And
Gary
with my
Oldman.
number,
Yeah.
should I go with my number 4 for everyone?
Yes, by all means.
Yeah, totally. Go for it, man.
Hold on. It's gonna be Field of Dreams.
Oh, okay.
But I had something else. Hold on. Where did I put that? Okay. U.S. House of Representatives. Okay. Patsy Mink was the first woman of color elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. The first Asian American woman to serve in Congress. We salute you, Patsy.
I swear, I thought you were talking about a movie.
Wait, is this?
Jesus.
I was like, wait, your number 4 is a documentary? Awesome.
Nice.
No, it's for women. You have to recognize women who have really opened the, for other women.
Wait, was this the same woman that you mentioned earlier? Or are you doing like 5 women along with your movies?
It's just,
or is this the
some
same woman?
It's basic stuff for the people.
But I can't remember. Was that the same person you mentioned earlier?
It was not. It was not.
No.
Yeah,
This is
other-
the House of Representatives.
Oh, okay.
First woman of color
You,
to serve in Congress.
you might as well go ahead and try and name a new woman each time before your movie.
Oh,
That'd be that'd be cool.
I mean,
Did
You
2
gotta do
already,
that.
so you might.
it is March. I don't know what you're waiting for. Baby.
Okay. I know I'm the one who's a stickler on time, but I gotta kind of I gotta go on a tangent for a second here. Bill saying that you need to name a woman makes me think of this bit from the show. I don't know if you guys have seen this, called Billy on the Street.
Oh, I love that show.
Okay, there's this bit that he did where he ran up to this woman like walking down the street, and he says, "For $1, name a woman," and the woman took like 3 minutes trying to think of a woman, and then he's yelling at her like, "Name a woman," and she's like, "I can't." It's fucking hilarious.
I would have slapped him. If you walked up to me, name a woman, I'd be like, what? Name a woman.
I mean, did you all know that Patsy Mink was the first Asian American in Congress?
Well, that is good to know.
That is
I
good
did
to
not.
know.
Yeah, she really.
Now, how does
major mover.
How does this tie into Field of Dreams?
I mean, you could use your imagination, I guess.
But there were no Asians.
But yeah, Jason, hey, Field of Dreams, 1989. One of my, I thought we were, well, I won't bring that up yet. But is it Phil Alden Robinson, the guy who directed it?
I don't know.
You got me.
Yeah, I'm not sure
You
about that.
stumped
My
me.
notes were a little with the women. Okay. But
It was directed by
the morale.
Phil. Yeah, it was directed by Phil Robinson. Yep, you
Yeah.
were right.
If you build it, they will come. James Earl Jones and who else is in that?
Kevin
Let me
Costner.
see. Yeah, of course. Yes. There was, I think, Burt
Good old
Lancaster.
KC.
Ray
Burt
Liotta.
Lancaster was in that as a. What did he play?
Ray
Certain-
Liotta.
Burt
Yep.
Lancaster.
Julius
played-
Joe Jackson. Well, I mean, we don't have to talk about it too much. I mean, if you haven't seen it by now, get out there and do it, baby.
It's a good baseball and no, it's like baseball. No,
Well,
yeah,
it is
it's
going to
not-
be baseball season really soon, so that
Yeah.
Number
works.
4,
Or baseball.
Field of Dreams.
I was
Alright.
thinking of Bull Durham there for a minute. Oh,
That could be a number 1.
I can't
but-
speak for the life of me.
And Fifth Element.
It's-
I mean, they're amazing.
oh yeah.
All right. So
But
Pete,
yeah,
we need
on
you to
to,
get to some Wi-Fi and tell us your number 4.
Yes.
Tell me all about her.
Wait, can you hear me though?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
The only
you're
part
good
that
now.
you're ever clear on is when we say, "Can you hear me now?" And then everything else is a jumbled mess.
I think you're doing a
No,
great
because,
job.
see, I'm
I
not
think,
getting it on my microphone. That's why I'm like.
I think you're
far
doing
away when I'm
great.
talking.
I think you're doing.
Thank you.
You're like so great.
Pete, I want you to mount that Wi-Fi.
Make
That
it-
way we can hear you perfectly.
I think we've all been too polite to mention it a whole lot up until this point.
Thanks for being here, Rob.
But you've been doing
Thank
this
goodness Rob is here.
every episode.
It is true. Well, because I keep thinking it's surely
Jack,
going to
I'm
get
doing-
better.
I'm-
It's going to get better in the next episode, right? It's got to get better. And it's not, so I felt like I needed to say something.
Yeah.
Don't you do it. Don't say something.
So, all right. So, Pete, climb on like a chair or something and get closer to your Wi-Fi router and tell us what your number 4
All
is.
right.
Stay away from the rope, Pete. Stay away from the rope.
All
He said
We
roast
got
beef
some
first.
fast cars. You caught me off.
You
All right.
My
You caught my whole team.
Valentine.
All
How
right.
she tried.
All right, my number four is Fast. I mean, The Fast, because there's two versions of it: The Fast and The Furious. The first in a big franchise of muscle cars, Vin Diesel saying one-liners, and Paul Walker wondering where the hell he's at for half the time when he's talking to Vin Diesel. But seriously though, Paul Walker, great actor, may he rest in peace. He played undercover cop pretty much in this movie, trying to stop people stealing cars, muscle cars, pretty much, for the whole thing. And the lead guy from that was, of course, Dominic Toretto, Mr. Vin Diesel himself. You had a bunch of really other good people in that movie. You had your Michelle Rodriguez. You had, trying to think of all the Jordana Brewster. You had Ricky Yoon. You had, there's a bunch of them in that movie. But anyways, one of the most intense parts, best parts, because I'm trying to make this fast as possible. Fast and the Furious. Get it fast.
I get it.
I'm going to be furious about it, I'm going to be furious. The best part about the movie is pretty much, the whole movie was great, but the best part of the movie was when the cars flipped over at the end. If you watched it in the theater and you seen that, you got your mind blown. Trust me, that was like the best part of the whole series, I think, was that with them going up against each other, having that little rally, as they call it, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, that's my quick Fast and Furious number 4, but not number 4 for Fast Furious. That's the original number 1.
I have one word for this pick. Family.
Yeah.
I have 2 words.
Toretto's line in it.
FAP session. Fast and Furious.
I think I learned way more than I needed to know about you, Rob.
I'm the gift that keeps on giving. What can I say?
Yeah, that's true. We are getting every dollar's worth from your appearance here. So
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
I think
let's
Zany's getting the money now.
let's that's a good segue to my number 4.
He's like, always get paid. There you go. Number 4 is
All right, my number 4. It is a lesser known movie from the 70s, like late 70s, maybe early 80s. And it is a Chevy Chase movie, but it's not that Chevy Chase movie that begins with an F. And my pick is actually going to be a movie called Foul Play.
God damn it.
You had that too?
No, I thought you were going to pick Fletch.
Oh, no. See, I got to go against the trend. And I like to go for like the lesser known stuff just to kind of educate the people out there listening to this. So, Foul Play, this was like I said, late 70s, early 80s. It's a Chevy Chase movie. It also features Goldie Hawn, and it's a wacky comedy where Goldie Hawn is just a normal everyday person who falls into this plot where some shady people are gonna assassinate the Pope, and Chevy Chase plays like a cop who's been assigned to protect her, and she just kind of goes from one zany mishap to another. And I don't mean zany as in our friend Zany here. I mean the other type of zany. And but I bet if Bill had the choice, he wouldn't say no to Goldie Hawn, huh? Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
No, probably not.
And and so also Dudley Moore is in this. He has a brief appearance in this movie, and this was kind of before he was well known as Arthur from the Arthur movies. And he has a hilarious role in this as like a oversexed guy who keeps trying to get it on with Goldie Hawn, but then she ends up like hurting him in humorous ways, and it's really fucking hilarious. And not a lot of people talk about this movie, and I don't know why. It's really good. It's really funny. I highly recommend checking it out. Again, it's called Foul Play. That's my number 4.
Nice.
I can safely say I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had Bill watch this with me like way a long time ago. I don't know if you remember it or not, Bill.
I don't remember the movie, but I remember watching it with you at your grandma's house, I believe.
Yeah. I think that's probably it's probably the only time you've seen it too. So,
yeah, and I really don't remember the movie at all.
Okay,
but I know I enjoyed it because it's Chevy Chase.
Yeah, I definitely give it a rewatch. I think you'd still enjoy it. But yeah, it's a fun movie. I love it.
Awesome.
All right. All right, Bill, number 4.
All right, my number 4. I literally just changed it right now.
No. Is it Foul Play? Is it gonna be Foul Play?
No.
Or is it Fletch? Or did you go Fletch?
I didn't go Foul Play or Fletch.
Okay.
But I had originally meant to put this on my list and I forgot. And during your number 4, I was like, oh shoot, and I decided to put it back. And it is another Chevy Chase classic called Funny Farm.
Yes, okay. Why is Chevy Chase in a bunch of movies that begin with F?
Because he don't give a F.
Fucking funny. No.
I mean, there's also, for Caddyshack. I mean, don't forget for Caddyshack.
Yeah, there's that one.
Forget about it.
He was in For Nationals, Lampoon's Vacation. Don't forget that.
True.
Okay, yeah, Funny Farm. I love Funny Farm. I love that movie too. Yes.
Yeah.
You forgot European Vacation and
oh damn it,
Vegas Vacation.
Yes.
Christmas Vacation. Wait, hold on.
And
That sounded wrong.
Spies like fox.
What?
Like spies like us. Spies,
Oh.
spies like us.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say from Pulp Fiction, the Fox Force.
Fox for Now I want to see Chevy Chase in that.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine Chevy chasing Pulp Fiction? He
could be Mr.
What would he
Wolf.
play? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that would be interesting.
He would be the Gimp.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
See you come out, unzip your guys. Are we doing this or what? What's going on?
He'd have to be one of them too.
Yep. No, you know it'll be a double role. He does both parts in the same movie.
Actually,
not the same character. Not the same character.
I can see him being Jimmy too.
Oh, totally. Yes. 100%. Yes. I do agree with that. Oh man, that's awesome.
They should dub him in the movie and just see what,
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what's that deep fake they got now?
Oh yeah. Totally. Totally do that.
Well, they can deep fake John Travolta into other movies, if you know what I'm saying.
But Funny Farm, I do enjoy Funny Farm. It's a hilarious movie.
One of the parts that stands out to me is when he's got the snake on him and he's running and it's like stuck to him, and
oh yeah.
It's so funny, but at the same time, like I know it's not meant to be in the least bit scary, but to me it was like, oh crap, that would be the scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was hilarious, but like frightening at the same time. Like, oh my god, like not like we're like the squirrel in Christmas Vacation, like that. That's just pure funny to me because
yeah.
I'm
Or
not
like,
definitely afraid of
Jackass.
squirrels.
I gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Good
So-
number 4, my friend. Good number
Yeah.
4.
Thank you. We're
Rob,
Yep.
Rob, okay, so
number 3.
my number 3 is a sci-fi classic, all the way back from the year 1986, where VHS once roamed free. It involved a young scientist by the name of Jeff Goldblum and his girlfriend that just wanted to beat the living shit out of him once he mutated into a fucking fly.
Nice, yes.
Yeah. It was directed by David Cronenberg, who actually I read this not too long ago, but David Cronenberg played the gynecologist in the movie. It's like, wow, yeah, you're directing me, and now you're directing my vagina. Interesting.
Good
Yes.
old hot Gina Davis.
Yeah, back in the day, Gina Davis back in the 80s was pretty smoking hot. Yeah, The Fly. So basically, in a nutshell, if nobody's ever seen the movie, Jeff Goldblum was developing teleportation technology well before Star Trek figured it out. And when he did figure it out, he didn't realize he brought a little friend in. And then shortly after that, he started mutating and taking on the characteristics of the Fly in a mutated human form. And yeah, got pretty fucking nasty towards the end.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Indeed. When his
Definitely.
body starts like melting and all shit keeps falling off. Yeah.
He was using teeth like darts. No skin.
Best part of the movie.
If you remember.
Yeah, the best part. Yeah, shit was just like his teeth are falling out. He goes, "Oh, I gotta save that for later." You know, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Do you not realize something is happening to you? Your teeth are falling out. Your hair is falling out. Your testicles are on the ground. Go see a doctor.
And Priceline.com wasn't even out yet.
Nope.
Indeed.
Yeah. That was my number 3, The Fly, 1986.
That's a good one, my friend. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah. I asked it too.
All right, Tom, you awake?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm around here. I don't know where'd he go. Where's he at?
All right, who's your random International Women's Day woman, and then your number 3 movie pick?
Oh yeah, hold on a moment. I'm glad you reminded me. What in the
Well, I
world?
thought you had this shit ready already.
Somewhat.
I mean, we had 2 weeks to prepare for the show, so.
Okay.
That's all my
Are you ready for the third and final one? I don't think I have any other notes for all
Okay,
women.
well, all
it's
right,
F.
we'll make this the last one.
It is
Wait.
F for female, isn't it? Or no?
It could be.
Yeah.
Is the female Asian again?
Well, use your imagination, Rob.
Michelle Kwan.
Okay, it's Judy Hireman,
That's definitely not an Asian name.
but she's a disability advocate. Okay, guys.
Okay.
She's a teacher and activist.
Okay.
Well, way to go, Judy. We applaud you here. Good job.
I know you're thrilled about it.
I'm ecstatic. You have no idea.
She became the first wheelchair rider to teach in New York City.
Mrs. Judy, activist. She's a Budweiser hero.
I'm just afraid with all this education stuff Tom's dropping us, there's gonna be a quiz at the end.
Yeah.
And here's what sucks about me is I don't test well, so I'm gonna fail it terribly.
Wait a minute, who was grading you?
Life is grading me.
Oh, it's always good to have another perspective.
What is your movie, Tom?
Oh, I was thinking about Ferris and then Funny Farm too, but you guys all taking the love, I guess, a little bit. It's okay. Should I go Footloose or wait? Should I go Finding Nemo? I don't know.
It's your pick, my friend. You can do whatever you want.
Yep. And you could totally pick one that was
My
already
friend
picked.
Jason Brown from work was on here. He would tell you, hell no on Footloose. There's a really random quick story. They
What was
did
it?
a
The Vern.
Footloose thing
Vern
for my
would take
job.
Footloose,
Go
man.
straight-
Vern. He would do it.
That's probably true. Yes.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can watch the amazing video.
Well,
at
I mean, yeah,
checkmatcher.com.
For all of you, Funny Farm is number 3 for me.
All right.
All right.
But wait a
Nice.
minute before I pass it. Bill, did you tell him it was 1988?
I didn't.
The story was by Jay Cronley and George Ray Hill. It's a comedy drama, but it's about the whole doesn't the whole city or town, they come together to help them sell their place.
Eventually.
Yes.
It's fucking
you're
awesome
correct.
movie, dude. Really
It
good
really
comedy there.
is.
But Bill, I mean, Zany man, you did great, man.
You know what? One thing.
I think you did okay.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, Bill
No,
always has good stuff.
Not to steal your thunder here, but I just thought of
F-
something that I didn't
is for-
mention.
Female.
What's that?
That is, I think one reason I relate to that
Fun.
movie a lot is because I like to write a lot, and he was a writer.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
like
I
the
had notes somewhere.
Big part
about
of the
that.
premise.
That's true. Because he bought the house because he wanted
They
to have a
moved
place
there.
to write.
Yeah, write his book
Yeah.
or novel. His novel.
It's kind of like The Shining, but not with all the scary stuff.
Pretty funny.
I don't know. A snake. I told you.
I think Have you guys ever heard of Fletch? Fletch 1.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
That's one that it's in the making, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, like the brand new one that didn't. That's okay.
They've been
no.
trying to remake that for years.
Yeah.
Even Kevin Smith was attached to it at one point, and that all fizzled out.
Yeah, I was trying to learn a little bit, just a little bit, and it's called a shutdown, Jason.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I mean, if you know about movies, I just learning it, today a little bit.
All right.
What's
Do
the
you know
shutdown?
what a shutdown? What the meaning of it?
When something no longer happens.
Well, it's when the production and the financiers, you know what I mean, buddy?
Yes.
They abandon their attempt to develop it in that stage.
Yes. It is also called development hell.
But sometimes
Yeah.
shutdown is the restart of a development.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little movie knowledge. For
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
I think we're up to.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I think we're up to Pete now, but I kind of lost focus there for a second.
Damn it,
Feel like,
Tom.
I think you went shut down. He shut down.
All right. Since we're in a sudden death almost. No,
Go ahead, Pete. Do great.
Get some net. Are you ready for your final destination? That's my number 3 on destination.
I think
Oh.
you're away from your
Yeah.
Wi-Fi again, Pete.
In
When did we get Stephen Hawking?
Whoa. Jesus Christ. All right. Bill, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go to Pete's house. I want you to nail his phone to the ceiling so he can pick up all the Wi-Fi.
Uh-huh.
I need you to do that for me, please. Because I can't do it myself.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I'm happy to be, I'm happy to help out.
So
Help you guys.
So we
Cool.
picked up that your number 3 is Final Destination. We're assuming it's the first one. And did we just lose him?
I hope not.
Oh, yeah.
got off here.
There you go. He's here.
All right. Yeah, I got cut off there.
Okay.
The Wi-Fi disappeared.
Now you sound good.
Maybe it's in safe driving mode now. So,
Let's see how
Okay.
long this lasts.
all right.
So, Final Destination, go.
All righty. In 2000, these young teenage kids decide to go take a plane trip to Paris. But one of them, Mr. Devon Sawa himself, has a premonition of their death and decides to go stir crazy, get most of his friends off the damn thing. Well, actually, he fights with somebody, one of his friends, and 3 other people get knocked off the plane because of the fight, and the rest of the classmates that he was there with stay on the plane. Well, his premonition comes true. The plane explodes, and everybody dies except him and his friends that got kicked off the plane, and one of the teachers. I'm trying to say this as fast as possible. Sorry. So, as we learn later on from Mr. Tony Todd himself, he's a mortician. That when death has a plan for you, you gotta stick with it. If not, it's gonna come for you. And it surely hell does, because of the gruesome deaths that happen as the time goes on in that story. You got somebody that gets hung, you get somebody that gets hit by a bus, and so on. And it's a really great, actually, really great horror flick of that nature. But don't see Countdown. Countdown sucks, and Countdown tried to rip it off with an app on the phone. And I'm trying to be humorous as possible about this. It's a great movie, though. It is really great.
Yes, it is. It is.
It's one of those theatrical movies that you got to see in the theater, or surround sound at home, because the sound, when the deaths happen with the sound makes it all perfect. If you've seen it in the theater, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You know?
I do love this movie. It's a good movie, and it sort of puts me off from wanting to fly like anytime.
I think after the second one's when I lost interest in that franchise. You know,
the third one wasn't that bad.
It wrapped things up a little bit, but then the
last
I'm just like, whatever.
That last one I didn't really care.
I don't think I've seen any after 3. I don't think I've seen the last 2 that happened.
The Final Destination was the last one, and it was the Final Destination, in my opinion. That was, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be doing another one, supposedly.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, funny thing about that, there's only been 2 horror movies that where I actually got so scared that I walked out of the theater, and then I didn't leave completely, but I had to leave for I was so freaked out I had to like catch my breath and stuff. I had like a panic attack.
Oh wow.
And that was one of them.
Oh geez, that's crazy.
And
it has those sudden fast kills in that. That's why, man, you get like, whoa, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I you know, my imagination started running away with me with that movie, and I started thinking, oh God, what if I leave here and something happens? You know.
Well, see, that makes you think about that stuff too. Like, you know, time is rare. You know, anytime something I knock, you know, that's it. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Sean William Scott's, that was the most surprising one.
Oh yeah.
He's like joking around, hey. Next you know, the train comes by and that piece of metal. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
you know.
And I know we're not talking about the second one, but every time I'm in a car and we're behind like a truck that has a bunch of shit attached to it, I just think of the scene from the second one where all this stuff just comes flying through the windshield.
All those logs of wood and stuff.
Yeah, like damn.
You know, when that movie came out, when the second one came out, I was working for Blockbuster Video on Pilsen Pike over here on the east side. And my manager was this big, like muscular black dude named Isaac. And one day he didn't show up for work. And I was like, dude, what the hell's going on, you know? And somebody told me he wasn't coming in. I was like, all right, cool. So the next day he comes in and I'm like, dude, where were you yesterday? You know, and I was just freaked out, you know? He goes, yeah, did you see the new Final Destination movie? I'm like, no, why? He goes, watch it, because that shit nearly happened to me. Sure enough, like he was driving behind a semi that was carrying 2x4s. And one of the 2x4s went through his front windshield and tagged him in the right shoulder.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, this guy was, you know, and I'm not trying to sound racist here. Please don't think that I am. But he was black, like, you know, just really dark. And I could see a bruise on his shoulder. I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
Yeah, he pulled over and he took a picture of it, and I was like, Christ. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep that for the rest of my life.
That is crazy. God damn.
Isaac, if you're out there and you ever hear this, I miss you, brother.
That's tough. All right, my number 3. I feel like this is probably going to come up on someone's list, if not everyone else's list, probably a little bit higher. But I put this in number 3 because my 2 and 1 is where they need to be. So my number 3 is going to be Fight Club. And I remember watching this with you, Bill.
Yep.
We rented this together. We watched it, and then
First rule of Fight Club: you don't talk about Fight Club.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm done. All right. Never mind. Okay, I'm done.
You're breaking the first rule immediately.
Okay, we're just gonna talk about French art films then until my time is done here.
Wait, second rule of Fight Club: you don't talk about Fight Club. No.
So, no, it's okay. No, yeah, I think it's one of those movies that everyone knows what it's about or knows about it, and so I don't need to get into like the plot or anything. But I remember before watching it with Bill, like not even maybe like a day or two before, I saw like the big spoiler about the movie, and I remember just reading about it casually, like this is like 2000. When was that? Like 2001 or 2002 when we got to see that?
It came out. It's 1999.
Yeah, but we didn't see it right when it was new. We waited a couple of years. So the internet was like a baby at that point. So, there wasn't a whole lot of, places I could have gone to read up on spoilers. But wherever I was at that time, like they spoiled the ending. But I was like, that's interesting. Like, how does that play out then? So, I still wanted to see the movie. And so I didn't tell Bill the ending when we went to watch it. I kept it to myself. And as the movie was progressing, I kept like, oh, okay, so that's what's happening. All right. And then I had some questions, and I was like, so is this the Ed Norton part, or is this the Brad Pitt part talking, or what was happening? And then like once the final reveal happened, I was like, aha. Now, Bill, do you remember when we watched that?
Yes.
Do you remember what your thoughts were when that whole twist was? I'm kind of keeping it vague on purpose, but do you remember what you were thinking?
I remember being like pretty blown away by it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
was. It was pretty fucked up.
There was only a few times where movies, really threw me off guard like that, and that was definitely one of them.
There's a horror film that's similar to that, and it's called High Tension.
Yes, I've seen that too. Yes,
I've seen that. Yep.
Yes, that might be in my H's.
Yeah, same here. That's
But yeah, so I there's my number 3 is the movie I shouldn't have been talking about. So I'm sorry, but that's Fight Club.
Right.
Bill.
All right. As my number 3 is, I'm gonna give you guys some major deja vu again here.
all right.
Because it's such a great movie that it's got to be mentioned again. The Fifth Element.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Okay. All right.
And it's funny because it's funny that we're ending up with so many of the same ones, because there was so many other movies I almost picked, and like I really racked my brain with like, okay. The C movies, let's say that gave me like anxiety, and then the E movies like just put me like,
Stress
in a coma or something. Yeah. and then F just finished me. It's just I like exploded. Like my body exploded, but then my brain did, and then like it all
Everything got effed up, right?
regenerated, and it's like it's trying to like recuperate still.
Okay. Wow. Are you okay? Do we need to call somebody?
No.
Do you need alcohol? Do we need to get you alcohol?
Do you need medical assistance?
I won't turn down that alcohol request. I mean, offer there.
Whew. Okay.
If I'll take Amazon or Walmart delivery.
I swear, I thought you're like, I'll take an Amazon.
Can I Amazon booze to you? Let's find that out while you're talking about Fifth Element.
I'll take a very hairy Amazon.
What?
They'll do good, snoo.
Okay. Wow.
So no Wonder Woman then, huh? No Wonder Woman. No.
No, she's too well shaved.
They do good, snoo.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You want somebody to fling something to you, don't you? Here you go.
Bill died of a broken pelvis.
Oh. So Fifth Element is your number 3.
Yes.
Is this how long your podcasts go? Just out of curiosity.
We had too much fun.
Yeah. Rob, I warned you. Way
You did.
in advance. So I don't
Actually-
want to hear it.
I swear, I thought I was gonna get punked here. I was like, I swear, I thought like you'd be like, yeah, okay. So we're gonna talk about feminism today, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
No, I completely warned you.
You did. You did
ahead of
warn me.
time. So
Fantastic foursomes.
What?
I started cracking up before I even said it. I'm sorry.
this is the part of the show where I lose control of everything and I don't know what's happening.
I'd say every episode has gotten slightly crazier and weirder each time. Like each letter,
It feels the same to me, honestly.
yeah.
We're in that part in the middle of the show. It's always the middle of the show where just everything happens.
Luc
And-
Besson.
And Tom's just gonna say like a random sentence that has nothing to do with the movie. And I don't know what was said. Oh, he's gonna ask me a question that I don't know how to
Luke.
answer. And then we're just gonna go into Rob's number 2.
Okay, so with that segue, let's just go right into my number 2.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Besson.
Luc Besson.
Besson.
Okay, well, my number 2 is kind of interesting because if you guys are going to continue to do this, I would request being in your H as well, because my number 2 has an actress who is in many movies that I liked. Famke Janssen,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hot.
as well as another couple of actresses, Clea Duvall and Jordana Brewster, which we've all talked about before. Three women who are definitely in my 1990s spank bank. The movie came out in 1988. It's called The Faculty.
Yes.
Directed by Robert Rodriguez. Had Elijah Wood, Usher, and Josh Hartnett. And well, fuck, this movie's almost 30 years old now. If you haven't seen it, fuck you.
Don't you mean 1998?
All right. Jeez,
It came
that's
out
a
in
little harsh.
98. Yeah, well, okay, so yeah, if
What
you
does
haven't
that-
seen this
what does
movie,
that mean?
if I'm spoiling this for you, you have lived a sadder life than I have. Okay. And I've lived a pretty sad life. So, in a nutshell, what happens with this movie is this alien comes to Earth and starts taking over the adults, and these ragtag bunch of meth addict teenagers are doing this drug. What was it called? They called it scat, which ironically, scat is another word for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just snorted up their nose, and they realized, like, one of the funniest things about it, like, one of the most iconic things about it, like, oh yeah, it dries you up. It's a diuretic. No, a diuretic makes you piss. All right,
Poop.
and poop, yeah. it makes you lose your bowels. So if anything, it's gonna make you go, But yeah, the Faculty, 1998 with very famous, actors now, Elijah Wood. Usher didn't really do much afterwards. I feel sorry for him. But Clea Duvall really didn't do much. Famke Janssen, she's been in a lot of stuff, and she would be in one of my H movies as well. So yeah. Love that movie.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I had no idea that that Robert Rodriguez directed it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Dimension Films. It's one of Robert Rodriguez's I wouldn't say one of his earlier films, but to me, his style of directing, I mean, there weren't a lot of like goof ups and there were a lot of continuity errors in the movie if you ever like, break it down, but his style can be seen in that movie, and when you watch more of his other movies, you can just be like, yeah, that's a Rodriguez film, and he's one of my he's been one of my favorite directors for a while.
Robert Rodriguez has made so many iconic movies, though, man. It's amazing. Desperado's like right there.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
And with my number 2,
Yep.
this movie is really good, and it's a thriller, psychological thriller.
Okay.
The fourth kind.
Oh.
Release date November 6, 2009. I know everyone have seen it, right?
I barely remember.
With
it.
letter C, I did Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yes, you did.
The fourth kind it's pretty cool.
I'll tell you, it scared the hell out of me.
I mean, I could try to do the director's name. It's Olatunde Osansanmi. I don't know.
Osanami.
Osanami.
Osanami. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
But it's like it's a really strange movie. I don't know if it's based on real events.
I believe it was. That's what made it so freaky. I'm pretty
Right?
sure
Like
it
I'm
was
trying
either.
to think about it.
I don't know if it was a documentary or just made to seem like one.
Is that an owl, Zany? It's an owl.
Okay.
Good question.
Is this Twin? Are we talking about?
That's
Twin
what the
Peaks
movie
now?
All the her
Yeah,
patients.
that was
Dr. Abigail. She's played by Mila. She came up twice now.
Mhm.
Jovovich.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, the fourth kind. I think everyone should see that one.
Oh wait, I have seen this. I do remember this. Okay.
Well,
I
mean,
completely forgot about it.
it is a thriller.
Oh, okay.
And
If
a
she
horror.
was in it, then it wasn't an actual documentary. Then
No, it's not a documentary, but it might be one of those like based on a book, and a true story. Yeah,
I think it was.
Can I ask you a question, Tom?
I think they use like video,
Yeah, they did.
right, Zany? I think so.
Yeah, it's like one of those Blair Witch type of tape.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing a third kind with C, but yeah, Rob
I
has
think Rob wanted to ask you something. Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Rob.
I briefly looked at that movie, Fourth Kind, and the still image that I saw kind of reminded me of AWOL Nation's Sail. Can you safely say that there is a video correlation between the movie and the music video?
Oh, I can
They
do
might have
anything.
been motivated by it.
I mean,
inspired.
I've not seen the movie, and I'm kind of curious to watch the movie now because if I see like parts
Well,
of
that movie is like I don't know if it's like what like alien things that like the third kind. Now it's the fourth kind.
the good kind.
I just
I don't
can't
know,
believe I've
God.
seen this, and I completely forgot about it until I started reading the Wikipedia entry for it.
I mean, isn't it decent? I mean, it's pretty good, isn't it?
I don't know. I forgot about it, so I don't know what that says.
Well, yeah.
I guess
mean,
I'll have to rewatch it.
I'm
I
gonna have fun.
It's one of them alien movies that There's only a few alien movies that scared the living daylights out of me. That one and Fire in the Sky was another one.
Oh my God, Fire in the Sky, yes.
Which
yeah,
did not even
Fire.
cross my mind until right now. That's another.
Yeah,
F.
me too.
That should be your number 2.
Well, Bill could change his mind.
Yeah.
He has my pick to change his mind. Were you done, Tom? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm never over. But go ahead.
Okay. That was probably the most truest thing I think I've ever heard you say.
He's the Energizer Bunny.
You better open your ears, baby. Open your ears, man.
All right, my number 2. I literally.
Whoa.
Oh, it's Pete, isn't it? I'm sorry. My
Yeah,
deepest
yeah.
apologies. I'm sorry.
He isn't
I was
really
like, whoa,
sorry.
whoa.
Hey,
It's
I said
something
we're
that-
in that portion of the show where I have no idea
Well,
what's
mine's gonna be
happening.
fast.
He did say that.
You know, Jason, everyone, you hear my voice, and
Pete,
that
I'm
happened.
very sorry. I apologize. Please
That's
continue
all right.
with your number 2. I'm
That's
so
okay.
sorry.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is.
All right,
Sorry.
it's been done. This one has been
I
done.
don't think he's sorry.
So I'm gonna make it fun. We're gonna talk about Fight Club one more time. Don't talk about Fight Club.
But you're not supposed to talk
We
about
don't,
it.
we don't talk about that. No,
Scooby broke the fucking
no,
rules.
that's a rule, man.
Pete, can I stop you for a second?
This is not Pete. This is his alter ego.
Oh, it sounds like you're saying
This is
fuck.
this is.
Oh, God.
Am I doing it again?
It sounds like you're saying fuck.
You definitely do not talk about Fart Club.
You don't talk about
You do not, under any circumstance, talk about Fart Club.
Never.
Or the less known club, Shark Club.
Oh, goddamn. Is it a wonder we have a hard time getting women on this show?
Well,
That was a great number 2.
Oh,
That was
boy.
a great number 2.
It was
God
the
bless
shit.
Mary.
But anyways, real fast, randomly. Did you know this was based off a book?
Yes.
And
I read it.
Yeah, and it was Chuck Palahniuk. Palahniuk. I can't
I
say
have
the
no
name
idea how to
right,
say
but
his
you
last
know
name.
what?
I have no fucking clue how to say his last name.
Sounds good.
And it spawned 2 comic book sequels, which I still haven't read, which I own. So I'm eager to read them. So I'm a big fan of the movies. Tyler Durden, Mr. Brad Pitt himself. Brad Pitt played a great character, that character himself. But if we all know the secret of the movie, you know what I'm talking about there too. There's a Edward Norton thing to that.
Mhm.
You go to a great bake-off.
But Helena Bonham Carter. Helena Bonham, you know what I'm talking about.
Elena
Apple
Bonham
bottom
Carter.
jeans.
Elena Bonham Carter, yes.
But yeah, Tim Burton's wife.
Yep.
Helena Bonham, Tim Burton's wife.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some random stuff real fast. The movie itself was so iconic that it's in the top 10 all-time favorites or top 100, right? Does that make
It sounds right.
It's pretty iconic, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those very, very surprising movies, and like I said, Edward Norton and Brad Pitt. Sorry, I tried to be funny, man. So, yeah, that's my number 2, like everybody else, and I had to do some little goofiness here because everybody else done it. So,
Remember, kids,
Nice.
Bob has bitch tits.
Oh, that's right.
yeah, that's what
Yep.
the movie.
Yeah.
What I loved about that is that Meatloaf was so good at that. He's like, "Come in here for a
Oh,
hug."
yeah. Yeah, he was brilliant.
Oh, you know what? His name was Robert Paulson.
Oh.
Ooh.
Don't forget that.
Hey, Bob.
His name
It's Bob.
was Robert Paulson.
Yeah.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Now I believe it's my turn. Okay. My number 2 is a movie that, regardless of how many times I've seen it, if it shows up on like cable, on TV, on HBO, wherever it comes on, I will watch it, no matter what I'm doing. I love this movie so much, and that is going to be Falling Down.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that one. That's great.
Yeah, this is an awesome movie. It's Michael Douglas. He plays this guy who's just super unhinged, and he just goes on this like odd kind of a killing spree, like all throughout Los Angeles on a very hot day.
Because of a very bad day he had, right?
Yeah, he's just had enough of society, and all he wants to do is go see his daughter on her birthday. But he's got like all these like anger issues, and so he leaves his car on the highway, and so he starts walking to his ex-wife's house. And then along the way, he just like comes across like a bunch of gang members. He shoots up like a fast food joint because the burgers on the pictures don't look like the burgers in real life.
He wanted breakfast too. Remember, he wanted breakfast.
Yeah. He wanted breakfast, and he changed his mind. Yeah. It just follows him through the course of this day of him just trying to get to his ex-wife's house, but like he just goes on this rampage and just starts like shooting shit up and blowing shit up, and Robert Duvall plays the cop, like, you know, kind of trying to track him down, and it's literally his last day. Like, it's his last day of retirement. Like, there's that whole joke about, oh, I'm 2 days away from retirement, but this is literally his last day.
So that's where that meme comes from.
Yep. And so it's his last day, so he's trying to like kind of figure out who this guy is, like shooting up these random places in LA. And a lot of great performances. It was directed by Joel Schumacher. It's like one of his most underrated movies. Like, everyone, you know, just gives him shit about, you know, Batman and Robin, and, you know, he's most notable for doing The Lost Boys. Yeah. But he did this movie too, and he did a wonderful job with this movie. Like, everybody in this cast is wonderful, and I don't hear a whole lot of people talk about it. And I don't know why, but randomly, if you guys go look up the music video for the Foo Fighters song called Walk, they reenact this entire movie in like a 4-minute span.
That's right.
And it is like one of the best music videos I've seen in a while. So I love that music video. So yeah, I fucking love Falling Down. That's my number 2. And I trust we've all seen it. It sounds like we've all seen it. So yeah.
That's a classic.
That one I definitely have seen.
Yes.
And
awesome.
That was one of the many ones that almost made the list for me too.
Yes.
I
can see why. Yes.
I think it went on and off my list a couple times.
I didn't even think about that. That was never even crossed my mind.
Bill, what's your number 2?
Oh, I think this one is well, first of all, let me say that I think I like all these equals. So this is one of them cases where it don't really necessarily have to be in the order that we're doing it in. Like, okay. I can't say that I like Fifth Element less than Ferris Bueller or vice versa or Funny Farm.
Yeah. I got you.
But this next one, I've mentioned it on at least one other previous show because I talk about it quite frequently. And that is because it's just like a perfect movie. And it's one of the best dramas, one of the best comedies. It can be considered a war movie. It's just everything. And I'm talking about Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes. Okay.
It's just it's. I'm sure there was things that were messed up that people have pointed out in YouTube videos or whatnot, but that's pretty flawless as far as I'm concerned. Even if there are some type of mistakes in there somewhere that I'm not aware of.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People
Damn,
are always going
Jenny.
to find mistakes.
Huh?
People are always going to find mistakes in movies.
Yeah.
True.
Indeed. Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, you probably even like the Godfather. People probably poke at it. So yeah, Forrest Gump. It's it's really hilarious.
Yeah, there's a
'Cause
lot of.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go on. I said there's a lot of funny parts.
Definitely. Like when he with the shirt and he wipes his face. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Well, it happens. What? Shit.
Shit.
He meets the president. I gotta pee.
Well, he meets like 3 presidents.
Yeah,
Like,
he
he met like 3 presidents. Yeah.
Where'd you get hit, son?
He pulls his pants down.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, there's this was based on a book. It was based on a novel, and they made a sequel to the novel, which I read. I don't know if anyone here has read the sequel or even the first book.
No.
I've read both, and well, first off, the differences between the book and the movie is like very different. Like, it's crazy how much shit that's in the book that didn't make it to the movie. Like, it's wild. And then the sequel, like, the dude who wrote it, like, clearly was just like, well, I'm cashing in on this Forrest Gump train, so I'm just gonna write the craziest fucking novel like in the world. And it is like insane. I highly recommend reading it because it kind of picks up where the last movie ends, and it just has him doing like all the stuff that was like popular like in the 80s. Like, he's the one that invented New Coke. He went on what did he do? He went into space with like a monkey and Lieutenant Dan. Like, I swear to God, they go into space.
That's awesome.
And then the end of it, and I'm kind of spoiling it, but you still have to read this book 'cause it's fucking insane. They acknowledge the whole Forrest Gump movie, and they're like, yeah, we're going to make a movie based on Forrest Gump's life, and we hired this actor named Tom Hanks to be in the movie, and Forrest Gump's going to meet Tom Hanks, and it's like, what is happening in this book? Like, it is insane.
They were supposed to do that for the movie too, actually. The second book.
I want them to make this movie so badly just because it'll be the most batshit insane movie I'll ever see. And I seriously highly recommend reading the book. You are not going to believe the shit that happens in the book. It is crazy.
I have to now.
Yeah. Oh my God. It is nuts.
What was it called?
It's the book is called Gump and Company.
The first one or the second one?
The second one. The second book is called Gump and Company.
The first one's just Forrest Gump.
It's Forrest Gump, yes. And I do recommend the first book as well. It's just not as crazy. It's really just like an alternate. It's like reading the script for Forrest Gump, but it's from an alternate dimension, because it's like some stuff is kind of in there, but it's like very vastly different. It's really weird.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, sorry to talk all over your pick, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
No, that was a good story there.
You did great.
That was
Whatever.
All right, Rob, I guess it's time for your number one.
Okay, for my number one, speaking how we're talking about, movies with mistakes. Fun fact about this movie, before I talk about it, before I actually say what it is. It has over 150 goofs, as IMDb calls it. Half of those are, over 90 of those are continuity errors. The movie came out in 97. It was directed by John Woo. So if you've seen any John Woo movies, you realize that he just doesn't fucking care about continuity at all. I don't even think that word is in his vocabulary. It stars two well-known actors. One was a 70s boogaloo dancer, and the other one is just batshit fucking crazy. I'm talking about 1997's Face Off.
Oh, that's great.
I want his face.
You know, they're getting both of them back supposedly for a sequel.
They are. I would love to see the sequel, but you know, I'm also kind of like, dude, those guys are just so fucking old now.
Yeah.
True.
I want to take his dentures out. Yeah, Face Off. So if anybody's ever seen it, you know, it's about a cop who's tracking this notorious sociopath, basically. Like, what was he, like a drug dealer, killer, murderer, all this? You know, he was just
like a drug lord or something.
Like a drug lord, yeah. And he finds him, and there's let's see here, boarded a plane. Plane takes off. Everybody's severely injured, and they can't figure out like this next cataclysmic event that, you know, Nicolas Cage's character created. So, you know, they swap faces, and they do like this really cool thing with like putting a voice box in his throat, you know, to make him sound like him and shit. And he has to take on his persona.
What a predicament.
Exactly, you know. But the best, like, the best line of the movie is where, you know, Nicolas Cage is like walking towards the camera, smoking a cigarette. And he's like, "Where's my fucking face?" So yeah, and you can barely see him. You know, it's distorted for a reason, to give you more of a factor.
Yeah.
But you know, it's that scene right there, and then how each of the actors take on the mentality and the persona of their alternate characters, and the way they play it is just, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it only got one award. But damn, yeah, it's like so many like nominations for best actors in different types of God, what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Like, you know,
I don't know. What are you looking for?
I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for.
The Tony Awards?
Yeah, well, you know, like different awards shows, you know, different award shows. A lot of them. Oscars,
Golden Globe.
BAFTAs, Golden Globes, yeah, a lot
The
of
Razzies. Did it win a Razzie?
I don't think it ever did win a Razzie. If it did, you know what? I think John Travolta would come out there and go, "Thank you," and just walk off. So yeah, that was my number one. John Travolta, Nicolas Cage. Also had Gina Gershon. I mean, come on.
Oh yes, yes. All right, that's an awesome pick.
And I apologize if I've taken anybody's number one. So yeah.
No.
What am I gonna do ever? I don't know.
You know what the most quotable line from that movie to me is? I can eat a peach for hours.
Oh yes. yes. All right, Tom, you're up.
Oh, I'm always down and up and everywhere.
Viagra?
Anyway, my number one. Hey, Jason. Hey, I mean, before I'm trying to be a little more, you know, etiquette, let people speak, you know.
You're doing a fine job.
It's infidel.
Progress, not perfection. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. Wait, Jason, I have a question. You ready to get? Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Okay. Now look, I was just doing some research without the, you know, and It's a Wonderful Life came up on F. Is that because of Frank Capra or?
I don't know, but that doesn't make any sense.
I know I took you back to E, didn't I? Why is that 8 Mile? I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm having mild flashbacks here. I wonder if it's because it's probably some stupid thing where it's like Frank Capra's "It's a Wonderful Life," but
okay,
like that shit doesn't count.
It doesn't count. I mean, I was gonna do that one for number one, but it doesn't, does it?
No, because I mean, no.
I believe in you. Well, then, you know, if I can't do that one, you know, because it doesn't really count.
It does not count. Wait till the eyes.
My number one. Well, I mean, it might have been said, so I won't do that one either. Let me see. Number one.
It's full of condoms.
Number one.
Is it Fight Club? You want to do Fight Club? You can do Fight Club.
No,
it's okay.
no, not yet. Let me think here.
Wait, were we allowed to have
you
porn
know what?
for your number one?
No, here's what I'll do. And for me, we're gonna go Focus.
That's good.
It's 2015.
Okay.
Will Smith.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Margot. Can't got anything. Robbie. She's really good. You know, in that movie.
Indeed.
And that will be my number one, I guess.
Okay. It doesn't have to be, Tom. You know that, right? Like, you can literally pick anything you want.
Listen.
Freaking weenie.
Just focus. If you focus on it. But It's a Wonderful Life is what I was feeling, you know, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay. Focus is your number one. Got it.
I will go Focus if you can.
I like it. Good job.
Good
job. I'm going to give you a round of applause.
I mean, it
for
is
that.
A Wonderful Life. Unless Sota.
All right. Pete, what is your number one?
All right. Comedy classic time, people. Comedy classic.
Focus.
If I am focused. If you were around in 1995, these two iconic comedy duo. I mean, this comedy duo, iconic one. I can't speak for the life of me right now. And it is John Singleton's Friday.
Ah, yes.
You get Craig, Ice Cube, and Smokey, Mr. Chris Tucker himself, going through a whole single day of a Friday, going through all kinds of hijinks with Debo, with oh God, I had his name in my head right now, Big Worm, which is Faison Love. Then you got Craig's dad, Willie. 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I had a few people bring Friday up. Friday is an awesome movie.
You got your pastor there, who is the late great Bernie Mac.
Mm-hmm.
You might have so many people in this movie that's the characters are iconic in itself just to talk about it. And I used to be able to, and I kid you not, I've seen that movie so many times to say line after line. I can't do it anymore because of my age. You know, after a while you lose you lose your stuff. But just like that's my bike. No, that's my bike. You know, like you know, you hear all that and stuff and everything. You're killing my emotions, Smokey. You're killing my emotions, and then Smokey's taking a shit. You know, it's like all iconic lines. You know, you got knocked the fuck out. You know, I'm just going through the one-liners and stuff through the movie right now, but it's one.
You forgot the most iconic one.
Which one?
Bye, Felicia.
Damn! Wait.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bye, Felicia. Yeah. Somebody said damn it, and somebody said. I was like, yeah, both. Yeah.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, but Bye, Felicia is the most iconic. You're right. But that whole scene there, everything in that movie makes it a comedy gem.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you have
funny.
so many things like you can't have hamburger. I'm not hamburger. You can't have peanut butter and jelly without jelly.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can't have pasta without salt. You know, I mean, it doesn't say that, but I'm just saying, like, you know, stuff like that. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And there's something. It's like, oh man, I can keep going down the line. But that is my number one because I've seen that movie so many times. It isn't funny. I seen it in the theater. I seen it in school.
They did a couple of them too. Like they had a Friday too, I think.
Yeah, next Friday.
They had three of them. Yeah.
Three.
Next Friday and Friday.
Okay. Yeah.
Funny story, real quick. I first seen this on bootleg in school. in school before I see it in the theater.
That's probably the best way to see that, actually.
It was desktop publishing. The class was desktop publishing. It was my senior year, and Mr. Ross, my teacher at the time, says, "Oh, I got something fun for you that's in the theaters right now. I bought it in the bootleg." And we're like, "Okay, what movie is this?" He popped it on. Everybody started laughing. Like he
Nice.
bought in Friday. Like the one teacher the one thing you wouldn't expect the teacher to bring, he brought. And you're like, "Oh, damn, he brought Friday."
Yeah, that is a very kind of highly inappropriate movie to show a bunch of kids in school, but
Yeah.
you know what? More power to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So ever since then, I was like, man, I got to see this movie in the theater because it was so funny. I laughed my butt off. I went to go theater, and it was at River Oaks when I went to go see it, when they used to have all the theaters at River Oaks before they shortened it down and then before they wiped it out, period. Because you remember, you used to have like 5 different spots. You used to have the one by the Target end, where Target used to be over there. Then they had the one across the street, right near River Run and stuff by the bridge. Then you had the one that was right by McDonald's, where McDonald's was there. And then you had the one inside, and you had some other one. If you guys remember that from
It
years
was
ago.
lush with movie theaters.
They
Yeah.
they reopened the River Run now, and it's called something else.
Yeah.
But
They
that's
had
the
so many
only
owners.
one. Everything else has been is gone.
But I
If
remember
we
seeing
don't
it.
become the #1 podcast in the Chicagoland area, I don't know what the fuck we're doing wrong.
Very good point.
Well, that was my number 1, everybody.
All right, that was an awesome pick, Pete. Good job.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Okay,
to
so
the
so my number 1, I'm gonna do something very, very, very highly controversial. It's gonna be so controversial that I think Bill's gonna kick me off this podcast. I'm gonna get exiled. I'm gonna get banned. I'm just gonna be shunned.
God.
Burn Gully?
We're gonna Bill's gonna do that thing from Game of Thrones where he's gonna yell "shame, shame" while ringing a bell, and then I'm walking down the street
Wait.
naked.
I know it can't be Human Centipede because that's not F.
That's something.
No. So my number 1. You guys all ready for this? I want you all brace yourselves. I hope you're all sitting down. I don't know. I know Pete's standing on like his TV, holding his phone up to the ceiling.
I'm actually sitting in a steel chair right now.
But
Already got
everyone else, I
fingered.
need you to sit down because this is gonna shock you all. You ready?
All right.
My number 1 is a 6-way tie between Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, Friday the 13th Part 4, Friday the 13th Part 6, and Freddy versus Jason.
Wow.
I am not going to pick because Friday the
Whoa.
13th is my life. You guys have no fucking idea. Bill gets it, but everyone else, the rest of you,
What does that
you
mean?
have no idea how much
Nothing.
Friday the 13th like means to me in my life. I was actually named after Jason Voorhees. That's how much that movie
Well, that
is
isn't-
like
That's not Friday.
integrated into my
Is it?
life.
Maybe it is.
And I was literally trying to think like, okay, should I just like be
Yeah.
really should I be goofy and should I just make like 5 through 1 to Friday the 13th movies? And then I was like, no, because I do want to talk about like Falling Down and Frozen and all that stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking go for it, and I'm just gonna have a 6-way tie for my number 1. And I do rank the movies. I do like some better than others, but in my heart of hearts, I think those are the movies that I absolutely love to death that begin with the letter F. And you might have noticed I skipped some.
I was about to ask. I was literally about to ask were there bad Friday
Okay.
the 13th.
So part 5 I'm not a fan of because spoiler alert, everyone spoiler alert for part 5, it's not Jason Voorhees doing the killing.
No.
Part 7 is really dumb, like really, really fucking stupid. I really can't stand part 7.
Yeah, a lot of Xavier stuff happening, if you know what I'm saying.
Part 8 is really slow because it's called Jason Takes Manhattan, but like he doesn't go to Manhattan until like the final 20 minutes of the movie.
But the way he killed people in that movie was that was amazing.
I'm not a fan of it.
Okay.
And then
Jason X.
Well, and then Jason. Well, because that begins with a J, so I can't do that yet.
Oh yeah.
But I do love part 1 because it started the whole thing, and it started one. Part 2, is where Jason, he's an adult now, and he's the one doing the killing, but he's got the bag head. Part 3 is when he gets his hockey mask for the first time, and the movie's done in 3D because that was like craze back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Part 4 has Corey Feldman fighting Jason, which is fucking amazing. Now, part 6,
he should have gotten an Emmy for that.
He should have got something for that. I don't know what. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, part 6 is probably seriously my favorite, just because of how goddamn goofy it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason Lives.
And I've gone on record to say that part 6 feels like it was written by the guys who wrote Airplane, and then they just decided to make it a serious Friday the 13th movie because it's got that kind of weird humor in it. Like,
Jason just turns around and looks at the guy and goes, "Hey, don't call me Shirley."
Yeah.
Getting right in his throat.
And then Freddy versus Jason. Like Freddy versus Jason, I remember hearing about that shit when I was like 12. And like all throughout the 90s, it kept like, when's Freddy versus Jason coming out? When Freddy versus Jason?
Well, who won that? I don't remember who won.
They said Jason, but it looked like Freddy.
Right? Yeah, it's not really. It's really vague, like who won.
We'll set up for a sequel.
Yeah, I think they were trying to set up a.
I'll Google it.
One.
I'll Google it one day.
But yeah, everyone can be mad at me. Everyone can hate me, boo me, throw things at me. I don't care. I love all these movies equally. So my number 1 is a 6-way tie.
What about the remake?
The remake can go fuck itself.
Hey, I like that movie.
The remake?
That's Sam Winchester.
No, oh, dude,
fighting
seriously?
Jason.
No, you are not. No, I refuse to believe you like a movie just because of one fucking guy. No.
Yes, because it's like it's not really the character, but I view it like he is Sam
Hey, it had
Winchester
Mandy Moore in
fighting
it, okay?
Jason Voorhees.
No, just no.
I think is unofficially real is like a crossover with Supernatural. Because if
with Supernatural lasting like 27 seasons, I'm surprised they didn't do like a Friday the 13th spoof already.
They did do a Scooby Doo though.
Yeah, they did do a Scooby Doo crossover.
Well, see, there you go. They could have done a Friday the 13th.
Scooby Natural.
Yep. There was even a Wizard of Oz crossover at one point.
See? And I feel like Friday the 13th is like way more easier to put into that world than fucking Wizard of Oz. Like how did they do Wizard of Oz before Friday the 13th? Or even like Nightmare on Elm Street. They could have easily have done Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, Freddy Krueger's a fucking demon, technically.
It's all about franchises. They got to pay the franchise fees.
Like, what the hell?
Well, they could do it in a comic book, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my number 1.
That's a great choice.
You scared me because I thought you were gonna pick some kind of like creepy band movie and other. It was only like viewable in certain countries.
Yeah. No,
you're like everyone's gonna hate me.
No.
Like, what is this?
I mean, I can't be mad at you. You picked an entire series of movies and condensed it to the best ones. I mean, it's like
yes, yes.
Can't be mad.
Am I wrong? I thought 7 was the one where the lightning hits him and he comes out of.
No, that's part 6.
That's 6.
Yeah, that's part 6.
Okay, I love that one. Okay.
Yeah, that Jason, is one of my favorites.
I mean, wait a minute. Now.
I don't know why I keep thinking that's 7.
Hello, wait a minute, Bill.
What?
He didn't even say the best thing.
What's
Which
that?
was
Kane Hodder.
I mean, you really like those movies?
I do, yes. And yes, Kane Hodder is in he's in part 6 of the ones that I mentioned.
Okay.
He's in part 6, part 7, and part 8. and maybe Jason Goes to Hell. I
I
think.
mean, this is an irrelevant issue, but
But
Jason,
yes,
do
Kane
you know?
Hodder is
Jason,
amazing.
do you know? Jason, do you know? Did you know that they made a video game?
I did, yes.
Oh,
Actually, they made 2 video
I
games.
think I remember it. It was like I think on Nintendo. Or,
Yeah.
They made one for Nintendo, yes, back in the 80s.
The game wasn't hard, but it was.
It
It
was
sucked.
it was terrible.
the
Yeah,
Angry
It was-
Video Game
it was-
Nerd covered that.
yeah. One of his most famous episodes. Yeah,
Better like the movie, I guess.
indeed.
We need to get.
Hey,
that guy
did you
on
play
here.
that game just for your fans, Jason?
I've not played.
Jason.
I probably played it back in the 80s, but I haven't played it since then. Probably. I have played the newer one that's out for like PC. It's just called Friday the 13th.
It's out for everything.
See, I didn't even know about the newer one.
Yeah.
Okay, so about the newer one. So
It's weird.
it's called Friday the 13th, the game.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things they did for the Kickstarter was, and this kind of got them into a little bit of heat. So for everybody who pre-ordered it on the PS4, they got a special edition skin of Jason Voorhees. It was done by the guy who I can't remember his name, but he was the one guy in From Dusk Till Dawn who had the gun for a penis.
Savini.
Savini, yeah. It was
okay.
called the Savini skin, and it was basically Jason Voorhees looks like he was a demon. Badass. It was fucking amazing to look at. But when they released it, they actually released it for sale on Steam, and that pissed everybody off. It was only on sale for like 1 day for like $5.
Oh wow.
But everybody who pre-ordered it for the PS4, they're like, "This is your exclusive skin." But yeah, it's got like a ranking of 7 out of 10 on Steam. It's amazing to play.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many ways you can kill people with that. Like
Rob, you sound like a gamer.
I am a gamer actually. I am actually in develops of trying to create a YouTube channel called Chatterbait. No, but all jokes aside, I actually I'm a gamer. I'm a board gamer, as Jason said. I like playing video games, board games, all games with my lady if I had one. But yeah, the Friday the 13th.
There is no if.
There is there. Yeah. My left and right hand love me very much. Yeah, there's so many ways you can kill people. Like my favorite thing to do is to play as Jason Voorhees, and
Not
to
what
find
they told
some.
me.
Well,
Go ahead, buddy.
but I like to. There's one map where you can take a bird bath and break somebody's face off with it. Like you take the top of the bird bath off.
Yeah. I know what
And
you're
you
talking
shove
about, yes.
the victim's face onto the spike, and then you slam it back down on them.
Ooh.
I don't know. Where are you going with that, buddy?
Violence gives me an erection. I don't know.
Okay.
You asked,
That-
Tom. You asked.
that
This
is
is
gonna-
all.
That's
all
gonna,
you.
that's
He
gonna
ain't
go
never
down
lied,
as one of
maybe.
the greatest
I don't know.
quotes on the show ever.
Put that shit on a t-shirt.
Yes. Yes. Please do.
And on the back of it, just put #MAGA.
All right, Bill. What is your number one? Is it a 7-way tie?
I hate to disappoint everyone. It is not a 7-way tie,
Oh, okay.
but I probably will give you one at some point eventually.
Okay. All right.
Just
Cool.
to mix things up.
Yeah.
Well, with this pick, you guys are gonna realize I don't think I've had this category yet, but
Uh-oh.
it's one of my favorite genres.
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
Porn.
And
Bow, chicka, bow, bow, chicka, chicka, chicka,
Oh.
chicka, chicka, bow, chicka, bow, bow.
70s erotica.
So so it starts with the word fuck, like fuck me silly or fucking in the car. Is that it?
Behave.
One of those.
Gender.
Behave.
Fuck
Hey,
me.
it could be a foreign comedy called Oh Fuck.
let's have some
What does that mean, man?
truth here. It's F, not that word that you said. It's F.
For anyone at home wondering, his daughter is like 4 feet away from him, so everyone's wondering what that's
I really
all
could be
about.
talking more, but I'm letting this guy do his thing.
It's called F my glasses.
Fuck my glasses.
No.
That does sound like a porn.
Oh, shit. That is a very hyper-specific genre that I've never heard of before.
You didn't get an A on your midterm. I'm sorry.
And I wear glasses.
Wait,
Why are
have
you mad? Why are you doing that?
Have you really not heard of that? That's not a, well, I don't think that's a real movie, but have you not really heard of that type of thing?
That's
No?
called porn.
Really?
Wait, there's a okay. I'm sorry.
There's
I'm
a
sorry.
There's a
Hang
genre
on.
called "fuck my
Hang
glasses."
on.
It's called porn.
Hang on. There's a genre of porn that's about glasses and doing things to glasses.
Okay, there's websites devoted to this. There's
Jason,
C.
it's called role playing.
There's the letter C on my glasses. C.
You can say these things.
No, I told you why he can't.
C on my
I mean,
glasses.
he could, but anyway.
And there's J on them.
You just imagine your child. Color on my glasses.
And I don't mean Jason.
Jump on my glasses, baby.
Not Jason on my glasses.
Oh my god. I love that I'm on this show now. I love this.
That was
amazing.
that was a really good pick. That was great.
I have been waiting to get on the show for a while, and I can safely say it's not disappointing.
Rob, I know you were dying to get on one of my podcasts, so
I have.
welcome, I guess.
He's like, that's the last time. I'll see you. Bye.
Okay.
I'll have the
All
rub.
right, hang on.
Wait,
All right, I need to bring this all in. Okay. For real, what is your number one?
I feel like messed up that I feel like I'm the expert on that subject now, explaining it. And that's just not cool.
I mean, I really had no idea that was a thing. That's crazy. I mean, I've heard of Rule 34, but what the, like, with glasses? Like, I don't even like when, like, food splatters on my glasses. I can't imagine semen being splashed on my glasses. That has to be extra aggravating to clean up. Like, what the fuck?
For
Why
all
is that
you
a thing?
Do I use Windex? Do I use Pine Sol? Do I use sanitary products?
Oh my god.
For all you Star Wars nerds out there, we're talking about executing Order 69.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh Lord.
You need to wrap up,
Okay.
Bill, because I'm about to be done. Like, this, my mind is so blown right now. I don't even know what to do, so we need to wrap
Hey,
this
Jake.
up really
Hey,
quickly.
8 Mile, man. 8 Mile. No.
Wait.
I'm not smoking.
Okay. Besides that genre, another genre I have not delved into yet on our show, surprisingly, because it's definitely one of my favorites,
Okay.
is the musicals. You know, I'm a huge musical guy,
Okay.
and
Sorry.
that's okay. You know, just cool. And one of my favorites of the genre, and my favorite F movie, is Fiddler on the Roof.
Ah, yes. I should have
Alright.
figured. Yes. Yes, okay.
It's even if you were to take the music out, it would still be probably a breathtaking, like, amazing movie.
With the music out, it would just be like a day in the life of a New Yorker.
Yeah, that's true.
I should have
True.
figured this would have been your number one because you're constantly referencing this movie. Like you're always talking about like the shit they say in this movie, like all the time.
Yeah, because it's like it's like the Braveheart or Forrest Gump equivalent of a musical because it's like got everything. It's got comedy, drama. It's got action.
Jedi.
Huh?
It's got Jedi.
Well, I don't. Well, no, not quite. There's like 5 Gen A's. But... well, I don't know. I mean, I forgot how many daughters he had. He had like 3 or 5 or something. I forgot now.
There was 3, I think. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's Russia. The Russians are like kind of occupying the Jewish, area there, and so they're kind of gotta like be careful what they say and do and stuff, and yeah, it's an amazing movie though. It's got a beautiful soundtrack, and I was lucky enough got to go with my parents to see like I'm pretty sure it was the last performance of Topol, the guy that was in the movie.
Oh yeah.
And
Awesome.
yeah, I got to see him in Chicago.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
All right.
that's my number one.
All right. So we're doing recaps, right?
Yeah, we
Yes,
should
we are.
also mention that we got some people coming up when we're done here.
Oh yes. I
Yeah,
forgot
my
we're doing
friend,
that.
my friend Patrick Brower, he is one of the guys that runs Challengers Comics. I had him do a review for us. He did Fletch.
Okay.
And then
Alright.
a friend of Tom's, I believe, did a review also. And a friend of mine also said he was gonna do one, but I'm not sure if that's gonna come to fruition or not.
Mm.
But we'll see.
I don't
My
have any
contribution
friends.
to this whole thing is Rob. So.
Oh well, thank you.
And that is a excellent contribution.
I'm the best birth control there is.
Yeah.
Did I say No, I didn't say contraception. Okay. Anyway.
That too.
With the F on the glasses. Yeah.
We know what Pete's going to be looking up
Wait a
later
minute,
when we're
what?
done with the show.
You have a little
Were
fun.
you really looking for that all this time? were you Googling
Oh,
that
man.
this whole time?
You guys.
That's
do
why
great.
he was quiet. That's
Oh
exactly why he was quiet.
That explains something. Yeah.
They're probably going, Bill.
Okay.
Bill's probably going, hey, pickle porno. Hey.
My fragile
Oh.
little mind.
I did want to say one more thing, actually.
Okay.
There is this movie I discovered. I haven't seen it, and I'm sure probably no one else here has either, which is why it's not being on a list or being reviewed. But I discovered this movie. It was like advertised on Facebook. That's how I discovered it, and it's called Flinch. And I want to order it and see what it's like. And I don't know if you guys want to do the same, but it's unique because it's a brand new movie, but it's being issued on VHS.
Oh.
What?
And it's being
Okay.
issued on VHS and DVD. And I think it can also be streamed, but the it's mainly being like advertised for VHS, which is cool to me because there's just not new movies being put on VHS in this day and age.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So,
Well, if they could bring back records and stuff and everything, they'll probably end up bringing that back. So
yeah,
God, I hope so.
yeah. So I thought, with that would be. I just thought that I should bring that up because it seems cool. It looked like a wild type of movie, like Tarantino maybe type of thing.
Okay.
So
Alright.
yeah, it's something
you're
that's
blinking
That
before.
was
probably worth
pretty
checking
good to
out.
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
I hope you're all happy though. I was really quiet.
Um,
I'm not
Rob.
happy. I like when you talked. Huh?
Can you can you give us a review of what your 5
Number
through
5
1 was, please?
Yeah, the 5, sure. Number 5 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Number 4 is The Fifth Element. Number 3 is The Fly. Number 2 is The Faculty, and my number 1 is Face Off. Sorry, Face Off.
Face Off. Yes. All right, Tom. What was your 5 through 1?
Okay. Number 5, The Fifth Element. Amazing movie. Number 4, Field of Dreams. Never Stop Dreaming, Freddy. Number 3. Number 2 was The Fourth Kind. Everybody's gonna watch that movie because that movie is pretty cool. And number 1 it's not a Wonderful Life with Jason. So now, wait, it's a Focus 2015.
All right, Pete.
Okay, I'm voted. Hey, Freddy's Dead was number 5. Number 4 was The Fast and the Furious. Number 3, Final Destination. Number 2, I think I'm reading it wrong here, is Fight Club. There you go. Number 1 is Friday. And that is my 5.
All right. So my number 5 was Frozen. My number 4. Where's my notes? My number 4 was Foul Play. My number 3 was Fight Club. My number 2 is Falling Down, and my number 1 was a 6-way tie between Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, Friday the 13th Part 4, Friday the 13th Part 6, and Freddy vs. Jason.
And the video game.
Yes, and the video game.
No, I mean, never mind. The video game doesn't have to be with the video game.
Bill, what about you?
All right. Number 5, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Number 4, Funny Farm. Number 3, The Fifth Element. Number 2, Forrest Gump. And number 1, Fiddler on the Roof. And some movies I'm just surprised that none of us have mentioned at all.
Freddy Got Fingered.
Yes. That's one of them. Yes. That came very close to being on my list.
I was completely bullshitting.
Really? Well, that's one of the movies you either love it or hate it, I guess.
Yeah.
Tom Green,
You're a
man.
genius.
Jason, would you like some sausages? Would you like some sausages?
Also, First Blood, I'm surprised none of us mentioned.
That almost made my list. I almost put that on my list.
They got Flight with Denzel Washington. That was pretty damn good.
What was it?
Flight.
Flight?
Yes, Flight was a good movie.
I don't know that one.
Oh, really?
I know Fallen.
Yeah, that's another good one with Denzel.
No, yeah, Flight is Denzel Washington.
Damn,
like
I did not
drunk
think of
pilot.
Fallen.
Yeah. I almost put The Fugitive on my list.
Oh my goodness, that never even crossed my mind at all.
Yeah, I really struggled with that one, but yeah, I wanted to be show offy and put Frozen. So
I almost got classy and put Frida.
oh,
Oh, you know what else I almost put? Fido.
oh yes,
Oh,
yes.
That's a
That
good
is an amazing movie. Damn, I'm mad I didn't put that on there. Fuck.
And I'm surprised no one mentioned Fargo.
Fargo,
or
yeah.
Full
I
Metal
have never
Jacket.
seen Fargo.
You know what? I should have
Really?
put Full
Oh,
Jacket.
wow.
No lies.
That is actually one of my favorites. Thank you for reminding me, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
Fear and Loathing.
Yes.
another one.
Yes.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
Frighteners with the
There's a
Oh, Frighteners.
Frighteners
that's
is
a
good. Yeah.
movie.
There's a lot of good movies that begin with F. That's crazy.
Hence why my brain exploded.
Man.
But like I was saying, my friend at work, Jason Brown, said we're not doing Footloose. We're not doing Footloose.
Hmm. Okay, I guess time to wrap up the show.
Yeah.
This is where we would ask the guest to plug something, but Rob doesn't have anything to plug unless you want to plug a random website, Rob.
Sure. I'd like to plug Chatterbait. If you're lonely and you want a friend,
You
but
know-
you don't want to like get to know that friend, Chatterbait.
Oh, that really is. That's real. isn't
People
it?
on there are consistently plugging things.
What is it? I don't even know what it is. Chatterbait.
It's a wonderful site.
Chatterbait.
It's
Chatterbait?
it's like Pornhub, but instead of videos, it's live people. It's one of
Yeah.
those video
Yeah.
text.
Chatterbait.
Yep.
Isn't that like your
Yep.
Omegle or something?
No, nope.
It's like Omegle, but you know, if it was just dirty.
We
I
would
mean, I
not
don't know. I
be
never
talking
met
about it
people.
this much
I
if
don't
it was illegal on the podcast.
It's
Definitely.
all very new. It's all very new for me.
It was. It won't be, I'm sure.
You're welcome, America.
Doesn't matter.
No,
Rob, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. It was
Nice
it
meeting you, Rob.
was it was a trip and a half, and like I said, if you guys continue to do this and you get down to H, I would love to be back on there. I have a couple.
Yeah, we'll love to have you back, man.
yeah, that'd be cool.
We got you down for H.
Oh yeah.
All right, Bill, do your wrap up.
All right. Let's see. What should I wrap up first? You
You're
guys
cool.
can't see me here though, so it's gonna
Wrap
be
your
weird.
present up with happy.
Oh, you mean wrap the show up? I'm sorry.
No. I mean, you can, but you're not gonna wrap it.
Well, I'm here to say it's time to go.
Wait, yeah, Pete was doing a freestyle. What happened to that, Pete? I
was gonna say,
for a minute for you.
That's
I
it.
was around.
I thought we were talking
Wait,
about a different
Pete,
type of rapping.
Pete,
I was gonna say,
fine. You don't want
here's a
Pete to talk.
freestyle as we go a while in a pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're alive. We're free. And now we're set B. We gotta go. You know. Cheap
Was
ass
that a
rhyme.
haiku, or is that a rhyme? What is that? Is that Kendrick?
I cannot think of a better place to end the show than that exact moment.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, guys. Bill, Tom, Jason, and of course, Peter, thanks for having me on your show. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Patrick Brower, and I am the co-owner of Challengers Comics and Conversation in the Bucktown neighborhood of Chicago and on the web at challengerscomics.com. And that is how I know Peter. I've known him for, years now, as he is an avid comic collector, as am I, and I'm also a comic seller. But aside from that, I'm also an avid movie watcher. And since we are on the letter F this week, I would like to talk about one of my favorite movies. I'll say it. One of my favorite movies of all time. It just happens to start with an F. All the way back, 1985, when I was just finishing up my junior year of high school. And this movie is Fletch, starring Chevy Chase. And it is hilarious. It is a comedy murder mystery. It was based off of the Fletch character, Fletch, F. Fletch, written by Gregory MacDonald, who had a series of novels starring Fletch. And I've read all those novels. And while good novels and also funny, vastly different from the movies. In fact, the character is the same and the general mystery is the same, but everything else is completely different, but in a good way. You know, it's not like can't compare them because they're so vastly different. But Fletch is a journalist. He's a newspaperman who in the movies constantly goes undercover and dresses up as a series of wacky characters to be able to find what he's looking for. That never happens in the books. But this movie was directed by Michael Ritchie, and aside from Chevy Chase, it had Joe Don Baker, Dana Wheeler-Nicholson, maybe the very first acting role of Gina Davis. Actually, that might have been Tootsie. But nonetheless, Gina Davis was also in it. Tim Matheson, M. Emmett Walsh, George Wendt from Cheers. I mean, you will recognize most of the people in this film. And it's funny. It's clever. It is definitely a situation where, as it was being filmed, Chevy Chase did a lot of improv and a lot of changing what he says based off of the script when it comes in. There are lines from this movie that I've quoted many, many times over the years, regardless of context. Things like, using the whole fist there, Doc. Moon River, strangers in the night, exchanging clothing, strangers in my pants. Little things like that really, really bring this movie to a different level. And I haven't watched it in a while, so I'm sure it's dated. Like, there's definitely no technology. There's definitely no real computer usage and things. But again, it was a different time. It was the mid-'80s. You know, I was still in high school. The actual description of this movie is Irwin M. Fletcher is a newspaper reporter being offered a large sum, sorry, I read it wrong. Irwin M. Fletcher is a newspaper reporter being offered a large sum to off a cancerous millionaire, but is on the run, risking his job and finding clues when it's clear the man is healthy. And that man is Tim Matheson. We all know Tim Matheson. So yeah, this was only, you know, your standard hour and a half movie, I assume. I don't actually remember, like an hour 40 probably, but it was very funny and full of. And at the time, I had no idea that it was mainly improv, and again, it got me to read the Fletch novels, which were and are still really great. Chevy Chase over the years has become kind of polarizing, and he's kind of bitter nowadays. Last known for his role as Pierce Hawthorne in Community, but he also had a really funny movie, Funny Farm, a good Christmas classic. But this was the height of his prowess. I mean, we could talk about Chevy Chase for days, what with Spies Like Us and Three Amigos, and of course Caddyshack and all the vacation movies. But really, Fletch was his vehicle, and it spawned a sequel, Fletch Lives. But nonetheless, Fletch is my choice for number one movie that begins with F. Thanks, guys.